welcome to another Glenn Maney Talks Chelsea. A lot of people have asked me what I thought about the news this week about a hiccup in the negotiations over the purchase of Chelsea Football Club by the Todd Boehly Group. I've spoken to a couple of you personally, but to my way of thinking, it wasn't a hiccup at all. It's just Sky and some other sources probably didn't have much news and looking for a sensational headline, because it's always been the case that 1.6 billion, which is the actual amount Roman Abramovich is owed by the club in loans, would be argued over by the government and by Roman Abramovich's team. Roman wants it put into a charitable foundation. The government want to make sure he can't get his hands on the money. So all part of the negotiating process was that it would go into a frozen account, but a frozen account that is accountable to the government and that civil servants would preside over. Now, if that's sensationalist news, I watch Sky News. We got some breaking news that all Chelsea supporters are going to want to watch. No, it's not. It's recycled rubbish. Recycled rubbish. So I can't see any reason why this Todd Boehly purchase isn't going to go through by the 31st of May, and I wouldn't get too hung up about it. The government don't want the club to go broke. It'd be egg on their faces as much as anyone else. Todd Boehly's got the funds in place. They're already talking to people. They're talking to Koundé, apparently. Apparently the deal was agreed with Koundé. Shouldn't be happening because we've got sanctions, but the word on the street is that Koundé's already a done deal. It's 70 million euros, which is 59 million quid. And we're also talking to Koulibaly. Now we're going to have to be quick on this because we've got Rudiger. He's already signed for Real Madrid. That's well documented, and some of my thoughts. If you want my thoughts, go and look at the Rudiger video. Christensen, lad's coming for some stick this week. If he really is suffering the sort of mental health problems that it sounds like he is, I wish him well first and foremost, and secondly, probably doing a good thing getting rid of him a bit sharpish to Barcelona. Looks like Aspie might be leaving as well. We can hold him for the year, but he was talking to Barcelona before we triggered his clause, and he's been such a servant, such a legend really. I give him that status. Part of the 2021 European Cup winning side. He's won everything at the club that you can win as a footballer in club football. So he wants to go. He's 32, coming on 33, isn't he? So if he wants to move his family back to his native Spain, he goes with my blessing. And thank you, Aspie. You've been an absolute superstar. 7 million quid. 7 million quid. We signed him for. What a bargain! Got to be the bargain decade. If you can think of a better bargain, you give it me. And we might be losing Marco Alonso. He wants to go back to Spain, and has made his thoughts pretty clear. And we could be losing Jorginho. His agent is really active at the moment, according to all the news sources. Wants to go back to Italy. Yeah, I do rate Jorginho, and at times he has a real purpose in the role. But when you've got youngsters like Conor Gallagher and Billy Gilmore to come back, it's not the loss that some of you guys are telling me it is, in my humble opinion. In my humble opinion, that's all it is. And it looks like we might lose Timo Werner. He wants more first team football. He's not missing enough chances in the odd game he gets. He wants to be missing consistently. Joking aside, I think he wants to go to Germany, Spain or Italy, when obviously it must be a lot easier to score goals because some of these players, they come over here. So Timo has proved he can't hit a barn door in the Premier League. So if he goes with my blessing. He's always give 100%. So yeah, big rebuilding process. Apparently, is it Apparently Usman Dembele wants to come. I don't think we'll have any shortage of suitors who want to come and play for the club. And of course, we've got people like Brozier coming back as well. So don't get too downhearted. I think next season is going to be a good season. And this also means, of course, that if Tuchel is going to have time to build, the cabbages have got to get off his back. They've got to bang their head against a wall or any hard object or anything else a cabbage has to do to get a little bit of common sense running through its brain. You know what I'm talking about. He's had a bad game. We need to sell him. Oh, he's missed a penalty. We need to sell him. Oh, my brain hurts. And we have to actually support some of the younger players. Support. Look it up in a dictionary. Stick it on your forehead. Look in the mirror. Read it every time. And realise that some of these young players, your Mason Mounts, your Broziers, your Conor Gallaghers, aren't going to be tip-top all season. And it's part of a building process. We're not going to sign players and they're going to fit straight in. They've got to learn to get to know each other. Next season, I think we're going to do all right, but it's going to be hard. And this is when the team need our support. So yeah, I think the club's in the right hands with Tuchel at the helm. And I think that we will buy well, and I think he'll also integrate a lot of the youngsters. They're going to need our patience. They're going to need our support. But things are looking good as far as I'm concerned. Don't worry about Sky. I think it's total horse manure. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. If you know anything or you've actually heard anything on the grapevine from the club, let us know. And thanks for watching. Throw a like. Join the club and subscribe. And I'll speak to you soon. Up to Chelsea.